This is Block 2, Persepolis Socratic Seminar, Group Number 1, and Kayla Lou is moderating. Whenever you're ready, you can go. Timer's started.
So my first question to you guys is, what do you guys think the veil symbolizes?
According to the book and what I read, I think that the veil symbolizes how women are oppressed and controlled over the dictator because they were forced to wear symbolizes all of a sudden. And I searched up the definition of oppressed, and it's subject to harsh and authorization treatment.
I wanted to agree with Jason, but then also add on that so girls and boys were separated because once they had the veil on, and then I think it also made them start some kind of like vision that girls and boys are different and they shouldn't be like together.
I also read on a page before, I'm not sure where it is, and it said how compared to modern veils, like it's more like the old ones cover like the whole body, while modern ones cover like only the top, and it's like the same for males. Okay, for the veil, question number 6, on page 6, what do you guys think the symbolism and conflict represent in the picture? Of like where half of Margie has like wheels and stuff, and the other side is like art.
So I think it's like where she's like conflicted of who she is, because like she says, I really don't know what to think about the veil, because like deep down she's very religious, but her family, they're very modern, and like so right now she's kind of like, should I be like should I wear the veil? Should I not wear the veil? Like, should I be who I am? Should I not be who I am? So, yeah, that's what I think.
I'm gonna agree with you, and to like add on, like she's like basically trying to figure out what's her own person identity, because like with the veil, it feels like she's like hiding her true self, even though she's religious. Like, is it her real self? Like, can she be who she wants to be? And then without it, it's like she can be, but what would happen? How would she get judged by other people if she doesn't wear the veil?
Does anyone else have an opinion about this? I don't know what they think.
I mean, I agree with you guys that you're saying that she's confused with the veil, because in page 7, it shows how it's like another way of showing the picture on top page 6, where on page 5, on the top picture, is separated where one side is a veil, where they're protesting to each other, and the other side is saying freedom. So it's like fighting back on the same thing with Margie's problem right now.
What do you guys think about Margie's relationship with God throughout this book?
All I said is like in the beginning it was so strong, but then throughout, as like she got made fun of for like thinking that she wanted to be a prophet and all these things because she was with her religion. And going back to the last question about like how she was separated from the veil and her true self, it's like when she's with the veil, she's a lot closer with God. But when she's trying to be something else, her relationship with God starts to decrease in terms of strength.
Yeah, I agree with that. And on page 13, you can see how her relationship with God starts to like decrease, because like she was saying how he looked like something, and then it said how he didn't come back for a long period of time.
Also, I think the relationship with God is like more based on the relationship with the Shah, because like once she starts to protest and page, or once she starts like want to become an activist or a protester, God leaves her, and yeah, which is on page. Where is it?
Like I'm pretty sure when she wants to like become that, isn't like page 16, because like she's like, oh, I want to be this and all that, and then he just disappears and she doesn't know where he went.
Yeah, and she's like yeah, like I feel like God in this sense is more like the Shah because like she's fighting against the Shah for the veil like her parents and everyone else. So that's why I think God in this sense is the Shah.
I agree with him because like she didn't focus much on the religion like throughout the book, just like the beginning part, and she decided to put her belief aside and focus more and or like engage closely to the topic of revolution. So on page 28, there's some symbolism in the first picture. What do you guys think it symbolizes?
So in the picture, the guy who's in the tomb, which is Cyrus, if you look at his eyes, his eyebrows are down, so that gives me the sense that he's angry, and like he's trying to take matters into his own hands, but like I think the picture's trying to symbolize that he's doing things wrong from the way how angry Cyrus looks at him.
And I agree with that because I think if the new Shah tries to like be more like Cyrus, he's gonna lose his own beliefs and like not rule the way he should rule, and instead focus too hard on trying to do what other people have done before him.
I'm gonna agree with that because as Daniel was saying that his eyebrows were down, which made him look angry. It's like he's tough on how he was ruling the world, but the Shah has more power than him.
I won't say I agree, but then I want to add a different thought. Like, they say rest in peace because to him, right? Because under the grave. But then like he looks mad, and it's like it looks like they're saying that you can't be in peace when you can't ever be in peace because even when you're dead, because when you're under there, you're still stepping over him, and he's like, I don't know, it might be like showing some kind of like thing that you can't be peaceful or disrespectful.
On the chapter titled "The Letter," we learned that Mary likes the neighbor, but the social class gets in the way. So, what are your opinions on the social classes as it relates to this story? Mahmoud, do you want to try to answer that question?
Can you repeat the question?
So on the chapter 8, or the chapter titled "The Letter," we learned that Mary likes the neighbor, and she can't be with him because of the social classes. So how do you think the social classes affect this book?
I think for it's like how they're treated differently because of social classes. Like, if some people are more religious, they'll get treated better, and if some people aren't as religious, like they'll be treated like they're not that important as other people.
If you look at page 37, like at the top, the two pictures, you can see how fast his expression changes. Like he goes from like after finding out that she was the maid of the family, he just completely just forgets about her and just gives back the letters and everything. So like in the book, it's like for having a relationship, you kind of have to have a higher class, which is pretty messed up.
And so at first you were asking about the neighbor.
Yeah, so what do you think about the social classes?
I think that just because you're a maid, or I think it's really like messed up how he just easily, like what Emmanuel said, just like he easily moved on because he realized that the girl was a maid, and he was like, oh, I'm not gonna like her. But then, based off the rules, but then I feel like it shouldn't be determined by social classes either. What's your opinion?
I agree with you because I think the social, like, what do you call it? Yeah, social classes like limits a person's freedom to be with someone they want, and it's like, yeah.
1 minute warning. Sorry, I forgot the 2 minute. You're 1 minute left.
Okay, so on page 45, Margie and her friends want to beat up Ramen because his father was in the Sava who like killed millions of people. What lessons can you learn from what Margie learned from her mother?
Putting it to that when Margie's mother found out that Margie and her friends were going out to protest with nails in their hands to show violence, Margie's mom was telling Margie that you shouldn't put like pressure and violence into the son, because it wasn't him who caused the death of people that his dad killed. So that Margie's mom was telling the kids that you should forgive on people for their mistakes at times.
And I agree with that, because you should not judge people based off of someone else's actions or opinions.
I also agree with that, and on page 46, she's like explaining to her on how like it's not his fault, like it wasn't like Reggie's fault that he was like part of his father's disabilities, but like he should still be forgiven because he's still a part of that. He's still a victim towards that for what his father did, but he's not a part of it anymore.
I want to agree with Autumn. So like on the same page 46, he's trying to explain to her that he was not a murderer. He was only trying to kill communists and how communists were evil and everything. And like he's like being brainwashed in the sense that his parents told him everything that is wrong. But you also have to forgive him for all the things he says.
Okay, that's a great note to end it on.